Hi friends, welcome to Tutor's Funny channel. Today I am going to teach how to make the Python Django RESTful API CRUD application step by step. Right. First, we have to go to the. I have already given the this website link in my video description. You will be able to go to this documentation. So here Django. First, we have to install the Django information. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my G drive. Here I'm going to make the new folder. Here I'm going to get the folder Django projects. Right. Inside the folder, I'm going to make my Django projects. Right. Now here, type the command cmd. Open the command prompt. Here, inside this folder, I'm going to create my CRUD application. So how to create the CRUD application? First, we have to install the Django project. So how to install? You have to install the Django application in your machine. You type by the command pipe install Django. This is the version I'm going to install equal 3%. Right. It installed successfully. Now we have created the project. Now I'm going to create the project. Right. So we have to, when you create the Django project, we have to give the name of the project. So I'm going to give the name school project. Okay. You can give any project name, right? So I'm going to type Django admin start project. You have to create the name of the project school. I just give the name as school project. You can give any name of the project slash space here dot. Right. Okay, this is how we have created the project. Press enter key on your keyboard. Right. Now let's check on the folder structure here. Your project has been created. School project. This is a managed page. Here we have run the application. Here you can open it here. These are the file has been created. Right. Okay. Now what you're going to do is go back to a folder. Now let's run the project and check in Django. Right. So how to run the project? You have to using this following command: Python manage dot this extension run server. So this is a file we have to run it here. This is a file manage.p. Now I run the file. Now this they given the URL. I just copy this URL, paste it over here, press enter key. Here your Django project is congratulations. You will be able to see the welcome page. It's working perfectly in your machine. Right. Now let's move into our project. Right. Now our Django configuration successfully. Now let's install the MySQL into our Django project. So how to install? Pipe install MySQL, py right? So let's go. This is our running project. I just Control C, press Control on the Control key down your keyboard and Control C on your keyboard. Now I just stop the project. Now I'm going to type this command pipe install py mean Python extension MySQL. Right. MySQL installation successfully. Now if you have any problem with the here this one, they are telling to the release the Python something upgrade problem, the MySQL version some upgrade problem, you have running pipe install MySQL upgrade. Right. Upgrade. Okay. MySQL. Right. MySQL upgrade. Right. Run this command. Right. Okay. Couldn't find the version. Right. It's no problem. Okay. They are right. Okay. This new version is installed. Right. That's no problem. Okay, right, you have to type this command php pipe install MySQL update, right? After that, let me create the virtual environment, right? The virtual environment we have to create it in Python. So how to create the virtual environment? You have to type this by this command Python slash mvenv venv. This is the file name. This is the folder name you have given. Okay, virtual environment. So that you have create the environment env. I just create. If you want, you can write it over here environment. Okay, you have to. I have written here short form of env. Press enter key on your keyboard. Right. You have to wait until the environment is created. Now it will be created. You can see. Now here what I'm going to do is you can go to your folder structure. Here you can see there is an additional file has been created, which is a env. If you double click and open the folder, here you can see the script, lib, include. There are three different files are created. Inside, if you go to inside the script, there will be the activate. Here you have to activate the our virtual environment. Here you have to run this file. So how to run this file? You have to go inside this script. You go inside this script. So let's go to the script. So cd, you have to write the command cd. You have to go. Now we are in the Django project. Now we are go inside the Django project. So inside Django project we have a folder called env. That's folder we have go. Inside the env folder we have another folder which is a scripts. You have to go like this. Press enter key. Now we are in the folder where scripts. Here now we are in the scripts folder, right? That's how you have got the script folder. Now I'm going to activate the file. So how to activate it is you have to type the command which is activate. Right. Now here it will be activated. If you are activated, you can see here env. Now we are running the project in the virtual environment. Here env. Now you can see, right? Perfect. Now I'm going to go back to this Django project. So how to back to the Django projects. Now you are in the scripts. Now here you are in the here. Your file project is created in the Django project, right? Now you are in the script folder. Now I want to backward to your Django project here. So how to backward? So you have type cd here. Type this. You simply you have to backward it. Here you're coming here. Now what I'm going to do is, here this is a virtual environment. Now we have set the virtual environment successfully. In the virtual environment, we didn't install the Django, right? So here already we installed Django. So after set the Django virtual environment, we didn't install. So we have to install the Django. So how to install the Django? You try the command pipe install Django. We have to specify the version 3. Okay, the same thing. Okay, right. Now you can see here your Django is now installing as a virtual environment. Okay, this is how we have to do the project. Okay, this is a structure. Okay, right. You have to all the packages get installed successfully. After that, we have to create the app. Okay, now I'm going to create the app. My Django project is created successfully. I'm going to create the app. So what I'm going to do is, we already here Django is installed. Here we have project is created, school project. Now here I'm going to create the app. So we have type Python manage start app which name is student. I'm going to create as student. Press enter key on your keyboard. Right. Now it will be created, right? Student app will be created. You can see here student app is created. Now what I'm going to do is this project I'm going to open on the VS Code editor. I'm going to open on the VS Code. So how to open the VS Code editor? You have to go to the folders. This is your file structure. All the folder and file structure is there. Go here. So type cmd command. Otherwise, here already you have to. Here also we have to open code space dot. You have to open it over here. Now here your Visual Code Editor is open. All the files, 10 folders open on the VS Code Editor successfully. If you are not download the VS Code Editor, you must download it. You go to the Google and type VS Code Editor downloads. You will be able to download the VS Code Editor. Okay, here, right? This is a professional editor for writing the Django codes. Right to Django, all the program code you will be able to write it. Right. Perfect. Now you open successfully. Now first what I'm going to do is this is your main project here, school project. Here, okay, so this is your here you have student app. This is inside the project we have created as a student app. Now the student app, you have to go here, you can see here app.php. So this is a configuration file. We have this app, we have to run it here, student app we have to running. So we have to given into our we are setting the setting we have to do it here as this project. So here inside the school project there is a setting.py. Here you have to go inside apps. Here what are the dependencies you are installed, you have to mention here. Okay, they are all dependencies and modules. Right. Now I'm going to install the we have created the app module here. We have to configure here. So how to configure? First you have to write a folder name which is what is a student app dot apps dot here go over here. This apps student configure. The app name is for which is student app. You have to give correctly what is the name. This is a folder name which is student app dot apps. This is the predefined one. Apps dot student app configure. Your student app configure are getting from where? Here this is apps file. Here this is the class you have to mention. This is how the configuration running. That's the thing you have to write. After done the stuff, file, save or this is the thing here you must do it. This is very good. Okay, the Django project is running now. This app. Okay, now you are configuring what is the app you are creating. You are configuring into your main project, which is a school project. Here you are configuring, right? You are configured over here, right? Now what I'm going to do is back to our documentation. We have configured successfully the settings.py. Settings.py means this one. Settings.this extension settings file, right? Py means this is extension. This is a Python extension, right? After done the stuff, let me create the models, right? Models mean what are the fields you are going to create on the database. Okay, we have what are the fields you are going to create the database, right? Now let's create the database first, right? Let's create the database first. If you are not installed the XAMPP server in your machine, you must install the XAMPP server. I already installed, right? So we have to go to the XAMPP download. Go and download this one. Okay, download and install in your machine. I already installed. So let's run the localhost phmyadmin. If you run it, it's our XAMPP dashboard is open. All the what are the database you have created, it all the things are so on. Now I'm going to create a new database, right? I'm going to create the new database, right? Okay, here I'm going to create the new databases. EBT. Okay, EBBT, right? This is the database I'm going to create. EBBT, right? Okay, whatever name you can create the database. I just create the name as EBBT, right? So if you want, I'm going to create as SMS. I'm going to create a database. It's simple. SMS. I'm going to create this because student management system, right? A school management system. I'm going to create as I just create as school management system SMS, right? Okay. Right. Now let's click create. Here the SMS. This my database is created. Student management systems, right? Okay. I just simply create the name. My database is created successfully. Now what I'm going to do is after that my database created successfully, right? Now we have inside my database which name is SMS. Inside the database we have created the tables. So first table I'm going to create as students table. So we have created by the models. We have to import the models, right? So this model, just copy this file, these all things back to my model section. Here inside the app, student app, there is a model files. So here we have to paste it. Okay, so if I write return and explain, it take too much of time to complete the project. Okay, so first you have a class. What's the class? Student. Okay, if you have a if you have 2 or 3 models, you have to create another models, which is a teachers and courses. Okay, you have to implement it like this. So here I have only one model, but this is student models.model. These are the fields available in our we are going to create. Okay, what are the fields reside on our students tables? Those are name, address, and fee. So we type name, address, and fee equal models. Char fields mean this is the data type you have to write. Char fields. So max length, we have to import the max length. Right, max length. Address also we have to import the max length over here. Fee is a integer fields. Okay, so that we have to write as the integer fields. Okay, this is the data types. We have to write the database integer fields. These are the text, so we have to write as char fields. Right? Okay, that's the thing here. After done the stuff, let's save it. Right? Okay, we are successfully created the models. Right, now let's back to our documentation. Now let's here we have to import the cross. This one should be if you are connect with the front end or any other third party you have to connect it with, you have to enable that, we have to using the cross headers. So here this one we have to enable it through. So because we have to install that. So back to my project, you have to install that. So you type the command which is a pipe install Django cross headers. Right, it is installed successfully. Okay, so you no need to install this all the things I already given. You just copy and paste and install it. Okay, then if you have any spelling mistake, it won't install, so that you just copy here all codes are given, you just copy and paste it over here. You have to install without a spelling mistake. Right, after that we have to install the REST framework as well. This also we have to copy this here. I just copy and paste it over here. Pipe install REST framework. This is we have to connect with the REST framework, RESTful API, right? So you have to import the particular dependency. So you have to import type pipe install Django REST framework. Press enter key. Right. This is also the installed. Right. Perfect. Right. Now, if you install, now we have installed 2 things. One is a cross cross this one, this one. Second one is a REST framework. We have to add these dependencies. Okay, this dependency we have to add. So here, these 2 dependencies. So how to add these 2 dependencies? This I copy this one. We have to go to my settings. The setting we have. This is a very important file. The settings import file in Django. Here we have configured the database connection, and we have a dependency. If you have installed any new dependency, so all the things you have to configure over here. Right, now we have installed 2 different dependencies. One is a REST framework dependency as well as a cross. So we have to go. This is the install app. Here you have to define those. Here cross header. Another one is a REST framework. You have to do like this. Okay, professionally you have to do like this. Right. After that, we have a middleware as well. Here also this cross dependency, if you have given this one as well. The middleware we have to add it. Okay, then only we will be able to connect the front end framework. The front end framework means this is the RESTful API. You have to connect it as Angular or React or Vue.js or any other front end framework. You have to enable these things. Cross header, you have to enable this. Right. Perfect. Right. Okay, you have get the code from here. Simple. Right. Okay. Right. Now after that, the settings, you have to enable these 2 things. Cross origin, you have to enable these 2 lines. You just copy it. Cross origin allow through. This one allow through. Back to my project structure. I just put it to below. That's it. Cross origin allow through. We have to allow through. Then we will be connect with this project. Any other front end. This is the back end. in Django is a backend framework. If you are wish to connect with any front end framework, if you have all the things, if you make it true, you will be able to connect with any other front end framework. These are the changes you must do it. Okay, this is very must. Okay, you have to run it. Okay, connect with RESTful framework. Right. Now let's back to the project. Now I'm going to do the another thing is the serialization, serializer. We have to create the serializer. So I'm going to create the serializer. Here, select our, I'm going to serializer file I'm going to create inside the student app. Okay, yes, student app, you have to serializer. Select this one, right click, new file. Here I'm going to paste this one, serializer. Right, okay. Here, this following code I'm going to paste it. Here, the complete, this model, I'm going to serialize. This model, you have to serialize. Here, you have to serialize. Students, here, students app dot models, this models, import student, this is all the class, model class. Okay, here I'm going to serialize. Okay, you have to serialize. All the fields, you are given if it is all to all the fields. What are the fields are there? These are all the fields I'm going to serialize. Okay, you have to serialize, you have to make the serializer class serializer. First you have to import, where you have to tell them, first you have to import the REST framework serializer. After that, from student app, this is student app folder. Inside the folder we have a models files, models, import models. Inside the model, what are the class? Student class. You have to tell them here student class student serializer model serializer. You have to, this is a model which is a student. Here this is a model class which is student. You have to specify over here. That's it. That's the thing you have to do it. Right. Now let's back to project. Now we have done the things. Now let's configure the let's establish a connection to MySQL database. We already created the MySQL database. We already installed the MySQL database. Now what I'm going to do is we have to make the database connection. So we have we have to type this URL. So you have to type this code. Okay, pipe install dj database URL. I just copy this line back here, paste it here. Pipe install dj database URL. Right? What is the meaning of this database URL? I'll be explaining. Don't worry about this. Press enter key on your keyboard. Now it will be here. It will be installed successfully. After that, you have to, this one also we have to install pipe install MySQL client. Right? In order to establish the database connection between Django and MySQL. Right? Pipe install MySQL client. Press enter key on your keyboard. Now here it also connected successfully. Now these two lines I'll be explaining it. Don't worry. This if you are not install this DJ database URL, you are unable to establish the database connection. Okay, these two things are must, right? So you just copy it. I back to my project settings. Here we alter database configuration and dependency configuration. All things are do by one file, which is settings. Okay, settings, right? So here you can see there is a separate area in the settings file. There is a database. Here, if you want to connect with the PostgreSQL, you have to make the connection here. If it is a MongoDB, you have to make the relationship over here, right? Now at the moment we are using the MySQL. So here I already explained the MySQL URL over here, right? Here this we already installed. So you have to import dj database URL, right? So here we already installed. So now we have to import dj database URL. After that, database default, you have to write dj url.path. Here you have to give the path where your database is resided. So my database is resided where? Localhost server. So you write like this in Django. You have given MySQL /cat root at localhost / this is your database, which name, what is the database I have created? SMS. You have to give the database name, what is the database created. If you have created a different database over here, you have to given what is the database key. created over here. I have created SMS, so that I have given here SMS. If you have created a different database, you have given the name. What's the name you have created? That's it. Now let's file save out. I hope you understand the things. This we have established a database connection in between Django and MySQL. Right. Perfect. Perfect. Right. Now let's back to our project documentation. Now let's run the migration command in order to create the database table. So we have to run this command. Okay, so you have run this command to create this one. So you write Python managed by make migration. Okay, so here this Python manage all the things are there here in this file. Okay, if you want to run the project, you have to type this file name. Here, when you migrate the tables, all the things are you have to write this Python migrate manage. Here, make migration. Press enter key on your keyboard. Right here, it will be created successfully. Here, it will be created successfully student model. Here, you can see here. Now after that, you have to run the command Python manage migrate. Now if you run this command Python manage migrate, press enter key. Now here your database table, all the things are created successfully. Now let's go here. Here there's no tables are there. After you run the migration command, you are tested here. All the things are created. Here this is your table. Okay, here this table has been created successfully. Right. Now what I'm going to do is your table has been created successfully. All the things are there. Now here there is another thing, a view. Okay, right. So that I just copy this line. I have to explain. Don't worry. The simple code. Okay, here go to the here inside the app. We no need to create the file. Here the view.py. Here I'm going to paste this code. Don't worry. Right. Now here we are accessing the RESTful API. So all the things we are made by the JSON response. So we already installed the which one? We have installed the REST framework. So we have installed the REST framework successfully. Here I told how to install REST framework here by typing this command. So the REST framework we installed, you have to write these lines. Okay, REST framework parse JSON parser, we have to write lines. HTTP response, right? So after that we have to write from student to the student app, yes, serializers. Serializer, import the student serializer. Okay, student serializer, you can import serializer. After that, you have to write student app dot models. Tab this is a models. A student model. Okay, this is a student model, right? So here, what I did here so far, when you are add the record or view the record, so edit the record or delete the record, we are communicated with the database via the models. So where are the models? This is a model. So you have to communicate with the models. So we have to given the path where your models and serializer is resided. So you have to establish here over here, right? After that, we have tried the create the function student API, right? Okay, we have to API request. So here you can see this one should be if you want to get the records, you have to view the records. We have to use in the get method, right? Get method. We have create the variable student. This is the student model. The student model. Where's the student model? This is student model. Okay, so models student model. So that we have to create the model student model. Object all mean we have to get all the data from the student model. Okay, what is the data you are saved over here? We have retrieved all the data and we are assigning over here, right? After that, we have to write the student variables. Student, we have to create another variable serializer. Student serializer, we have written here student serializer, right? After that, we have to get all the data we have to load it, right? We have to load it over here and we have to load it and we have to get the response response as a JSON format. So we get the response as a JSON response. Okay, here we have load from we have to call it here and student is a pass it here, right? We have to get all the data. Okay, here what I did here is student mean this is a student model. This is a model is a part we are communicating with the database and get the data. We have to fetch the data from the database and pass into this variable. After that, we have to create the variable which is a student serializer. We have serialized all the values. So serialize the values. So here try the serializer class. You have to already define the serializer class over here. You have to serialize it. Okay, serialize. And this, what is the data you are getting? You are passing here. This data, it will be serialized to assign to the variable student serializer. After that, you return the response as a JSON response. So you have to pass it over here. It will be when you are type on the particular URL get, if your action is get, it will be your data, all the data will be formatted as a JSON response format, right? The same thing you have to do over here. If you are going to save the record, the method should be post. So this is all the same thing. You have to get the variable student data. This is also the JSON format. You have to type on the JSON format, JSON parser, JSON format. Here also, when you save the data also, we have to write as a serialize. Here also serialize. What is the data you're typing? It's putting it serialize, right? This all things valid. Okay, it will be checked. It's valid. Here there is a student serializer. There is a predefined method called save. After that, the record will be saved. It will be show the text as a JSON. So here written as JSON response record added. That's all. The same thing. Right? If there are any problem here, failed student record added failed. And that's it. Okay. Right. After that, you can see another thing is put student data. This one, when you update the record, it will work the put method. Right. So here you can see here the same thing like add data. Here also we have set all the things as well, right? So along with the ID, what's the record you are going to add? You get, sorry, edit. You have to get the particular row ID. So here get the ID and edit the record, right? So if there are any problem, it will be throw the error failed to update. The delete also we have to get the ID of the particular row and there will be the function is a delete. It will be deleted, right? All things we have set the deleted, right? So update the add record, save record, and update record. The save method, only the save method. The existing record we are going to change again so that the save method will be work. The delete also they are the record delete, right? Okay, okay. This is how we are working the things. Perfect, right? This one should be the get data, post data, edit data, and delete data. Now let's go back to our URL access. Here we are going to the handling with the URL management, so which is the routes, right? So routes also here we have to move these files. We don't need them. These all things are removed. Now here I'm going to and these routes. The routes, right? Right. Okay. So here this is the route. So here right. From student app, this is student app views, right? So URL students, your type student view, student API, here we have write like this. If you write like this, you will be able to edit the record and update the record and delete the record. All things it will be managed these routes. Okay, this URL. So you have write like this. Okay, right. Now let's check whether it's working fine or not. Right. So let's run the command to. Let's run the command. So how to run the command? Here write like this, Python manage server, right? So you write the command to run the app and check whether it's working fine or not, right? Let's check. Python manage, keep in your mind, right? Run server. Okay, these are all the things. Okay, if you want to, if you want to be a good Python developer, you have to remember this command, how to run the Django project. So Python manage run server, right? Press enter key on your keyboard. I'm getting one error. What is the error? Wait, I think I didn't save the project or something. All the things saved. Now here you got the error. You have one single quotation. You have to mark it here. I have closed it the single quotation. That's the error. Okay. You first, if you are getting any error, you must read it here. It will be clearly explained where the error is coming from. Here Django serializer means this is the file. Here this is the line you are getting here. This is a line. They are clearly explained. Now you have to easy to solve there, right? Now let's file, save all. Now again you have to run that. Okay, so let's right now let's reload it. Control C. You have to press Control C. So you have to stop that and you have to reload it again. Here now it's working successfully. Like just this is your this API, right? So just copy it. I'm going to start my post. If you are not to install the Postman in your computer, you must install the Postman. Okay, where you tested the APIs, right? So this is the best tool for testing the APIs, right? Now I'm going to this is the API, right? Now I'm going to test it, right? So I'm going to again add it here. This is I'm going to test it over here, right? Right. This is the right. This is the URL you're getting right here. Once you run, you are getting here. This is the URL, right? Now here you can see go to your project. You can go your URL. If the URL is coming student, you write student. The URL is coming student. Send. There's no data. We haven't added any data, so that the student is blank. So if you go back to our database and check it, students table nothing. So I'm going to add the data. So you have to write a post request. So you have to go to the body. You have to add the data. So we have to form data. Sorry, body you have to write the row. You have to write the data. Right. So here, this how we have to write the data. So here you have to write JSON format. Open bracket and close bracket. You have to write what are the fields are there. You have to add the particular fields. So what are the fields? You have tested here some model. So you have to write name, address, and fee. Okay. So these are the database fields. So you have to write inside the double quotation mark. You have to write name, address, and fee. You have to write like this colon your values. What is the value you are going to insert? So I'm going to insert the values. Name I'm going to insert as John. Address India. Age 35. Right. You have to select this one. Okay. Here if you defaultly come as none, your select as a row. Then only you are getting here. This one I am writing. Very simple you have writing here. So if you want to write here, open close bracket. Simply you write name colon you write John. Okay, right? You write like this simply. Okay, right? If you are writing in string take too much of time, that's why I just copy and paste. You write how to write, I just explain, right? Now if you are send record added. If you go and back to your database and check it, here record added successfully. It's working perfectly well. Now it's working perfectly well, right? Now if you want to view the records, so how to view the records? How to view the records? We have to, if you add the records, you have to work this post request. If you get the records, you have to write the get request. So you have to get, so get send here. What is the record you added? You are getting this. So you want to add the another records will be checked. Peter, India, 45 J, sorry 400. This is a fee. You have set the fee. Record added successfully. Get method here. Now we have two records added. One is a Peter and another is a John. Now I'm going to go to edit the record. So how to edit the record? We have to write a slash. What's the ID? I'm going to add the record to Peter. So to Peter, to write James. India, I'm going to make it as USA. That's it. This is one should be you make sure this is a put request. So when you update the record, make sure this is a put request. When you delete, this delete request. So you have to make the method. You have to carefully. You have, okay, right? You have to make it as when you edit the record. You have to change it as a put. Right. Record updated successfully. Now let's back to get. Check it. Here, Peter James. It's USA. It's successfully changed. It's successfully changed. Now, I wish to delete the record. So I'm going to wish to delete the record as John. So how to delete the record? You have to select as delete /1, which is John. Click send. Record deleted successfully. Now we are check it get. We have only one record left, right? This how we have to. Now let's check the database as well here. Only one record left, right? Now this how we have make the CRUD application using RESTful API as Django and MySQL. I hope you guys you understood things well. If you love my channel, please subscribe me, like me. Thank you for watching.